Now we are in the VBA editor. We need to add some code to our form. We will start on the combo box. Let's put a list of the object to be drawn in the combo box. To add the item, the list to the combo, we must go into the user form, double click user form, select initialize from the list. Initialize means so that whenever we click to load the form, the combo box list will be populated with. To do so, in the initialize sub, we need to add some code with in the combo box with combo box object and now let's add the item that we need to do. Add item cycle, second item polygon, and rectangle. So these are the items that will appear in our list. Let's try it so you can see how it looks. You see, these are our 3 items appearing. We just need to select one of those and it's cool. Let's create let's increase the size, the font size of the combo box item. Now it will appear a bit bigger now. Let's check it. It's bigger, it's a bit bigger and clear. Let's jump into the second item. Now, because our list will have different objects like rectangle and polygon, we need to change this label now. This label, what we have, we must put a program, a code into the combo box so that whenever you select the object, let's say for instance you select a circle, only one box will appear, for instance for a circle, requesting the radius of the circle. If you select a rectangle, it will appear the width and the height. If you select a polygon, this label would change to request, let's say for instance, for here I will just put the length of the side of the polygon, and at the bottom I will put the number of sides that need to be the number of sides of the polygon, and so on. And to do that, I will double click here. This we are going to create an event. So whenever the value, as you said here, object change, whenever the value in the combo box change, a certain action is going to take place. So in this case now, we are going to put the if condition here to check what is the value of the combo box, and then a code will be run accordingly. If combo box text, so we want to check the value of the text in the combo box equal to cycle. If is equal to cycle, use the if condition. Now, so if the value in the combo box is equal to cycle, what I'm saying is change the label with value test caption. Equal to radius. Change it to radius and hide below label height visibility force. So I'm actually hiding that's why it doesn't show. And the same with the text box height visible force. I want to hide that also. And then the unit, I must also hide this one so that if it is empty, only this will appear replacing the radius if you select the circle. And let me just check its name. Unit 2, label unit 2, and this label unit 1. That is sorted. So main force. So this where we are. Let's do the same as combo box. Text. So if it combo is a polygon, if it combo box value text is equal to polygon, then do something else. So we're saying if the value of combo box is a circle, then change the caption of the width label to radius. Hide the caption, hide the label height, hide the text box height, and then hide the unit 2 related to the height. And then if it's not circle, if it's now a polygon, do something else. So that's basically what this is doing. I'll just copy all this and change it accordingly. So which caption now would now read, let me just put this would now be length of side. So be length of side, and this will be now true. So I want it visible because I want it visible, that's why I put true, and this must also be visible. must also be visible. And I'm gonna change the text. Now I'm gonna change this one now to the caption of the label height. The caption must be it. Number of sides. So this now, if else, if me caption, if me combo box text equal to rectangle equal to rectangle. If it's, the value of the combo box is equal to rectangle, then let's just copy this. Do nothing to this, it will be this, and this visible true. I'll get it visible, true, visible. Okay, so let's just test this. If you select circle, now here is radius. If you select polygon, you see a length of side, number of side. There's one thing I need to, because number of side for instance is not in millimeter, so I need to hide this. So I will come back to that. For rectangle is not doing what we want, so we must change it accordingly. For the rectangle, caption will be width the same as this will be height. Height visible true, unit visible true, and this caption is width. Is be fine now. Rectangle fine, polygon fine, circle fine, rectangle again. The width is not, so something also not right. Let's fix it. It's still hiding, so let's visible true. There we go. For rectangle, everything is fine now on this code. So this is sorted. Let's jump into something else. So we sort our combo box already, and we need to also sort this command button. We must give it a name, command button. Give it a name. This must also be command. Okay. For this, you must just click here. Inside this, you must put download me. Me here stand for the user form. So unload me by clicking on the cancel button. The combo box will be hidden, will be closed. So if you check it, see now, this one there's nothing here yet, so it will do nothing. So if you react to this, is gone. Our combo box is gone. If you are opened it from Autocad, here's our form. If you are open it from here, and if you are click this, nothing will happen. You will just close the user form and nothing will happen to the current drawing. So we are in our stuff. Now we must sort out the command button draw. To do so, let's jump into it. For this, I need to declare a number of variables. I need to declare we must start on the cycle. We are declared 2 points. This is a 2.1 as variant. Let's declare a variable to hold the value of the combo of the text box. Let's call it. Once we have that, let's do if we say now, let's assign a value to this variable we just created. Remember, in the case of the cycle, only one text box is visible, so there's only one value. We say this value is equal to text box width value. Text box width value. So now this value actually represents the radius, and we must also declare a value to obtain a variable that to hold the cycle object. My cycle cycle. And in order to draw a cycle, we need to select the point of the center point. So I will assign that center point will be point 1 is equal to this drawing utilities. The message will be center point. And close it. Now by doing this, we'll pick a center point of the cycle. Let's draw the circle now. Set my circle. This my circle is the variable that we declared earlier to hold. So with this drawing, model space, we're drawing in model space, add circle. We need to add some parameter. The center point is the point that we just pick up now, is 0.1, and the radius is the value of the text box. Is the value of the text box, and that's it. So we only have two things to do. We can just test this one now. It will draw our cycle. Okay, that's sorted now. It's our cycle. For now, it's only a cycle. We need to add now the diameter and the name. So this is fine. We will do it later on. Let's move on the next one. Array. This area will hold the vertex of the polyline that will be drawn. Now let's add a code to draw the polygon. In this, let's first get the value of the text boxes. We declare a value text box 1 value. This will be the value will be now this actually will be the number of the length of the side of the polygon, and then text box 2 this will be the number of sides, and text box 1 value will be the length of the side. Now to avoid errors, for polygon the side must be it must has at least 3 sides, right? So we cannot, so to avoid some errors, I will just say here, if text box 2 value text box 2 less than 3, then just let the user what you want. So this is our message, and we must carry on now. Remember, to draw a polygon programmatically, we need to know the angle. Let's go to our, for instance, here is a polygon. I will take this one here. Here's the polygon, sorry. So the principle here is to, let's focus, I call this point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5. So I start drawing from this point here. From this is a horizontal line, and from the horizontal line to this point there is a certain angle. So there are a way to cut the inside angle. So this angle here, if I want to measure that, where am I? Okay, here. So this angle, we need to know this angle. This is a 108. The angle is 108, and this angle, there's a formula to calculate it. And once we have this angle, I can then calculate the position of this point and so on. So let's go back to our VBA module. To calculate, let's declare that angle. I need to declare a value to hold that angle. We won't go into detail on what and the different type of variable right now, but there are a lot of resources on the internet. If you just type VBA variable declarations, VBA data types, so you have a lot of information about variable declarations and what are the different type of variables. So to calculate the angle, I said earlier, we got P angle. Now we need to convert everything to radian. Because currently is in degree, we convert to radian, and we do that by multiplying by pi. Pi, to calculate pi in here will be a times 1 times 4. This is how you calculate pi, and then we convert it. This is a pi. A times 1. Did I spell it 1? 1. 10 times 4 divided by 180. This is a P angle. This P angle now will calculate, it actually helps us to calculate the different point of the polygons, and then we will draw the line between those points to form the polygon itself. So once we have the angle calculated, we now must draw. Let's get the corner, the first point. Let's first unload the form again, otherwise we have the same error we had. Let's just redeem the array that is going to hold the different points of the we're actually resizing that array to hold the value of the different point of the polygon. We have to create a loop, a for loop. Now we know the number of sides. We will loop to the number of sides and we create a point, and we will load that point to our new array called vertex. Once we have loaded all the points value coordinates, basically the coordinate, we're storing the coordinates into the new array. Once that is done, we will then draw the polylines around those points, and that will form our polygons. So to do so, we say n equal to 0. So for each point, remember, for each point we will assign we will get the x coordinate and the y coordinate of each point, and we will store it into the vertex. So we start at for n is equal to 0. So for a point, as you see, at this the vertex index will go from 0 to the number of side times 2, because remember, number of side times 2. Why? Because each point got two values, the x and y coordinate, and plus 1, because I want to finish by the first point. So that's why I added 1 again. So I want it to be close to polygon. So basically what I'm explaining is, if I start to draw, let's say for instance, if I start to draw at this point here, I need to close it again at this point, because this one is a 5-side polygon. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points that will assist a bit. Because I want to end here, that's why I added plus 1. I hope you understand this, and let's proceed. So for this point 1, so for the index 0, it will store the x coordinate. It will store the x coordinate of the first point. X coordinate, because we are going to calculate all the other points going from the first point. But this is our only one input, and we are going to exploit it to do all the other points. And vertex points, and we also need to, now for each, so this is the first point. If now n is equal to 1, if n equal to 1, this is already we are on the second point of the first side, second point of the first side. And this will be the x coordinate of that second point. It will be point 1 x coordinate plus the length of the side, which is text box. So this is the first point, this is the second point. Now from there, the first point is on the horizontal, that's why. But now, once we need to go around, this is the end point. This is another point that we need to calculate based on the angle we calculated earlier and the position of the previous point. And that previous point is this point here. Let's draw another, let's dim another value to hold that point. The last point from where we need to calculate the next point, which will be Pn. Polar point, we need to calculate polar point. So we calculating the position of a point based on the angle from the first point to the second point. So we got the angle. Now we can calculate the position. We got the angle and the distance. We need to we haven't. Let's just do that. I will the distance I haven't calculated. I haven't calculate the distance yet. So what I'm going to do, create a function. Let's create a function to do that. I'll go into this module, draw object. Let's just create a function. Distance. I'll call it distance. That will take two parameters. I will call it start point 1. Here's our function. How to calculate distance, we know, or then declare dx. Know that dx is equal to the x value of the second point minus the x value of there's no point. So this is our dx, and the dy will also be similar to this. But this time it will be the y value. Now this is our dx and dy. So our distance will now be equal to, you can use square root. This is our function to calculate the distance between 2 points. I'm going to use that now. Let's dim. Oh, no. We already have the distance between the 2 points, which is text box, 1 value. But that function we just created, we are going to use it later. So this is our next point. So having this now, we need to draw to add it to the so this is actually where we are now. As we move on, because this point change, and because if I leave it this way, it will keep on using this the second point of our polygon. So now I need to assign a new point to a new last point. So the new last point now will be this point. So we will say ppt new last point, and the angle, we also need to change the angle because the angle also go increasing. We're adding from first to last, so the angle would not also stay the same. You are also the first last angle, so we need to copy this formula here. The formula not, so we need to copy the formula. It must be this formula. Yes. So by doing this, yes, I think we got what we looking for. Next, and let's just try this. Let's set our polyline is called our variable poly to hold the is equal to our variable poly to hold the polyline objects. I hope we didn't do a mistake. Let's just try this and see what it does. We need to try this. Okay, let's this also is a problem. Okay, there's no more of this mistake. Okay, let's do it. Okay, here we go. Let's try different polygon. 500, 5 side, number of sides 5. Oh, working perfectly. Working perfectly. And let's do another polygon. 500. Let's put now 12 sides. There we go. So this is sorted now. Let's do the rectangle part. Let's do the rectangle part. We now also need to collect the value of the for rectangle will be the width. So text box 1 value equal to var value. So this is the width and the height of the rectangle. Now we need to assign, let's pick the first point, the lower corner of the let's pick the first point, which will be the lower corner of the rectangle. P1 equal to this drawing utilities get point left corner of the rectangle. So, and we are going to calculate the other corner of the rectangle based on the from the first one. And we need to assign that to a vertex. Let's just redeem again the vertex as we did earlier. It will be 4. So it will be 4 times 2, so it will be 9. Same. This one we are not looping because we are not calculating anything. I'll just assign this is the first point, and the second point, will be now 2, this is the position of this point in the array, and the second point x value will be the x value of point 1 plus the width of the rectangle, but it will has the y coordinate is equal to the y coordinate of point 1, so it's still the same, and we do the same. T is occupying, plus 3x coordinate is occupying position 4. This x coordinate will be equal to the coordinate of point 2, but the y coordinate will be the y coordinate of point 1 plus the height. Point 6 will have the same x coordinate as point 1, but the height will be the s coordinate of point 1 plus height plus the height of the rectangle. So, and we need to close this polyline by the vertex of the last point will be equal. So this is 7, this is 7, and 8, 9. So it's the same as the first point. So I'm basically closing the loop, and here's our vertex, and we must draw the polyline. It will be the same code. I just place it here, and it will do the same thing for us. Let's try it and see. For a rectangle, there we go. I'll put here 500,000 here and see what it does. Yes, I must do the same thing. So what I must do must download to avoid this mistake. Okay. Pick the lower left corner of the rectangle. There we go. See, our rectangle is drawn. We now need to add these labels like the dimension, the name, get the area. Okay, so let's first put the dimension.